My XRP gang, today I have so much news for you that I don't know where to begin. But stay glued to this channel so I can keep you updated with what's happening in the crypto world. To start, Bitcoin is down by 11% in the last 24 hours. I know some of you are probably feeling the heat of this drop, especially if you had Bitcoins in your portfolio. The crypto king has been receiving hits from all corners, and that's not all. XRP is about to go to the moon soon. That all thanks to the deals they've been making with the world's central banks. There's so much to share today, so without much further ado, let's roll that intro. What's up, guys? Welcome to Money Side, where we let the money do the talking. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and let's make this money together. At Money Side, I'll keep you posted on some of the latest news happening in the crypto world. You can also share your thoughts in the comment section below and we'll have a conversation. Right now that that's out of the way, let's get down to business. Disclosed TV tweeted, just in, Chinese central bank prohibits banks from offering financial services that could be used for trading cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. In truth, the Chinese central bank prohibits banks from offering financial services that could be used for trading cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, and that's one reason why this crypto king is currently falling in price and hard. I've repeated this time and time again, Bitcoin is an overpriced fool's gold that will likely fall and cause a lot of havoc in the crypto space. Frankly, for this coin to even compete with the rest, aside from being the founder of cryptocurrencies, it needs a complete system upgrade. That's because its transaction speeds are so slow, and it takes a lot even to mine one Bitcoin. Without a doubt, this crypto could collapse at any moment, and it's currently hanging on a thin thread. Another tweet that's also worth mentioning is this one by Lady Death Adder, and she goes on to say, Bitcoin loses Chinese Bitcoin mining factories. Tickle me intrigued. This was posted 23 hours ago, which is a response to Molly's tweet that says, we're going to witness a history in Bitcoin mining tonight. All mining farms, about 8 million kilowatts of electricity load, will shut down at 12 p.m. Beijing time tonight. Harare rate already dropped significantly after Sichuan government announced shut down Bitcoin's mining farms in Sichuan. If there was a possibility of one country ultimately causing the death of crypto, it's now. China seems to have had it with Bitcoin, and they are currently trying to remove the crypto giant from their systems. At Frank Giustra tweeted, one by one, they all eventually come to the same conclusion. Kramer sold almost all of his Bitcoin, fears China is over crypto. Guys, even some of the whales that back Bitcoin are now running away from this crypto king. What did I tell you? The coin is a good investment, but right now, if you're only starting on cryptos, I'd encourage you to stay away from Bitcoin. Only people with significant investments might survive the current fall. Now, from the ashes, XRP will rise and take over that top spot soon. It will even reach that $10,000 mark as soon as the SEC lawsuit is over. Speaking of the SEC, let's take a look at what's happening in the court. Rule XRP tweeted, at the XRP crypto community, it doesn't mean that the asset itself necessarily has to be a security. It means that it was being sold as a security. Hester Peirce, SEC's crypto mom, says Ripple's XRP doesn't have to be a security. This sounds like a gentle way of saying that XRP is not a security, and expect that from the SEC lawsuit. So in short, the lawsuit is not against XRP being security, but rather as an instance where the crypto was sold as a security. Therefore, if that's the case, then a settlement sounds like a logical answer, since the SEC already knows that this coin is not a security, but only has a single case against them. The SEC has been attacking XRP and Ripple for months now, but it seems like they are losing. That's why the regulatory body asked for a 60-day extension in the first place. What keeps puzzling my mind is, why doesn't the SEC accept that XRP is not a security and go with a settlement option? Because in truth, the lawsuit has had a drastic effect on XRP's price and questionable credibility to its future investors. And if that's the case, then I believe the company should be well compensated for their loss. The crypto market may seem like new and uncharted territory, and in many ways it is, but that doesn't mean tried and tested investment principles can't be applied. Warren Buffett once said, true wealth comes from being an early investor in innovation. The same advice holds true in the crypto market. For an asset to be a favorable investment, it must solve a problem and have considerable growth potential. In the coming months, we will see exponential fall of many cryptocurrencies. In fact, we will see a good number of them converge to zero. However, the top few will emerge as significant assets that will significantly change the global financial system. XRP is one of the few cryptocurrencies that will bring real change to the world. XRP's mission is to provide solutions to most of the insufficiencies plaguing the current banking world. We can see in a tweet from Hammertoe where he shares the following. Anyone doubting Ripple's mission? We still have so much to fix the current world of international payments. He also shares this image to see an error code. We can't provide a quote right now. Rates for BBD are available from 7 to 1900 GMT. That's Greenwich Mean Time. Currently, making international transfers takes a lot of time. But that's exactly the reason why we have XRP. This digital asset is here to fix such issues plaguing the cross-border system for decades now. Ripple provides a solution to these problems. Using Ripple's payment system known as XRapid, XRP provides the liquidity necessary for institutions to transfer funds across borders instantly while paying nearly zero transaction fees. As we keep on saying here, XRP solves problems affiliated with the outdated SWIFT system. With XRP, we don't have to suffer the outrageous transaction fees, inefficient payment delays, and inflation risk due to holding foreign currency. Far from that, we can see this tweet from Gold Telegraph that says, "Breaking news! The Bank of France has completed a central bank digital currency pilot for securities transactions in collaboration with Swiss crypto bank SEBA. We have been talking about CBDCs for a while now, and it's great to see these things come into play in the day-to-day world now." Let's look at an article shared by Cointelegraph.com. We can see that Nathalie Alfrovre, the Director of Financial Stability and Operations at the Banque de France, said that the latest CBDC test demonstrated the possibilities for conventional finance systems and distributed systems to interact. It also paves the way for other alliances in order to benefit from the opportunities offered by financial assets in a blockchain environment. According to Cointelegraph.com, the bank noted that the new CBDC test is part of an experimental CBDC program launched in March 2020 that aims to test CBDC integration for settlements. The program's other experiments will continue until mid-2021 as the Banque de France and the other central banks in Europe test the viability of CBDCs. @Ripple tweeted saying, US dollar, Visa, Bitcoin, and XRP. Do you know which is the most sustainable? @Joel Katz chats with Sid John Leopold about the eco-friendliness of various payments methods and what it means for the future of money. Listen now. They share a podcast from early May where the Blockstars Ripple co-founder and executive chairman Chris Larsen discussed how digital assets will create a sustainable global economy. It's good to note that XRP, in this case, is being referred to as a digital asset and not a cryptocurrency. In this podcast, Chris says that blockchain technology and digital assets can help deliver the final key element of inclusive globalization. Innovations in transport and communications allow entrepreneurs anywhere in the world to reach customers and ship goods cost-effectively. But paying global suppliers and receiving payments across borders remains a slow and expensive process. He states globalization will continue being a work in progress until you get the financial component as inexpensive as global communications and shipping. As we wind up today's video, we will take a look at this tweet from Moon Overlord, who tweeted, "You know it's a bad day even when stablecoins are down. Hope all my friends are all right and doing okay." The crypto market is definitely looking crazy at the moment. We can only hope that things will start to brighten up as soon as we start receiving better regulation clarity on most of these cryptocurrencies. With that in mind, it's time to take a look at the price action of XRP. The Ripple price begins recovery after diving to 57 cents. The TD sequential indicator presents a massive buy signal as buyers take their positions. XRP aims at closing the day above 78 cents to set the precedence for the trajectory to $1. Ripple did slip below May's crucial support at 65 cents to trade a 2-month low of 57 cents. The sell-off affected most crypto assets, starting with Bitcoin's drop to $30,000. When writing, the International Money Transfer Token teeters at 62 cents amid a gradually building bullish momentum. Perhaps a daily close above 70 cents will call more buyers into the market upon Ripple regaining market stability. How formidable are Ripple's buy signals? The TD sequential indicator has recently flashed a buy signal on the 12-hour chart. This is a chart overlay tool that measures the volatility of an asset while tracking its trend. A buy signal forms in a red 9 candlestick and implies that buyers get stronger as the bearish force fades. On the other hand, a sell signal presents in a green 9 candlestick, implying that selling pressure is about to balloon while bulls lose their grip. With a buy signal intact within the overall technical picture, massive gains are anticipated. The growing uptrend is reinforced by the RSI, gaining momentum after leaving the oversold region. Action toward the midline will cement the growing bullish grip. Subsequently, traders should watch for movements in the MACD. If the MACD line crosses above the signal line, the buy signal will be validated. Holding above the short-term support at 60 cents is crucial to sustaining the uptrend, while closing the day above 70 cents may bolster Ripple significantly upward. As always, we remind you to trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Let us know what you think in the comments section below and we'll have a conversation. As always, we thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and to click on the subscribe button below. Turn on notifications, that way you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video.